It's a new year, which means deadline day has opened once more. Steve Jobs, Francis Maxwell. I'm just getting the jokes out of the way already because I'm sure they're going to come in the comment section.
My joke was NBC football reporting.
Oh,
NBC American football reporting. As I pointed out, I think it was about 2 weeks ago, Chris Collinsworth and Bob Costas rocking the blazer and the turtleneck, and I just thought that maybe they had a sponsorship. Maybe they're just really pushing it. Maybe Bob Costas and Chris Collinsworth share a closet.
Well, maybe it could be the reason why I have it on is because I'm cold and I'm sick.
But
is
this a new trend, or is
No,
this
it's
something
always
that's been
been
on for?
It's always been.
What do you get, like a 1 month window in the winter?
Just if you want to whip out the turtleneck, you whip it out. It's comfortable, and I think it is fashionable. It just depends on whether you want to take the heat. I'll be called Steve Jobs. Sure thing. No problem. If I could get any sort of wealth that he would accumulate, I will be happy. But Jason...
Is there any other name besides turtleneck? I've never heard it called anything else.
No, I don't know what it is. Nick...
Cam Newton wore one.
He wore one. Because it all depends on the type of turtleneck. He wore a great one. If you're going to... I was thinking about toying with maybe putting a bow tie across the... No, never in my life.
God.
Never would that work. Anyway, as we digress, there is some substance that you came in to watch, which was Antoine Griezmann. The transfer window's open. Antoine Griezmann gave the perfect example of what girls usually do when you ask them if they're fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Of course I'm fine. Why do you keep asking me if I'm fine? I'm fine. I swear to God, I'm fine. Let's take a look at the quote. So this was when he was asked about what his thoughts were on his future. And he said, I don't like this question. Don't hit me with these questions about my future because for players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Gareth, Bale, nobody asked them what's going on to happen next year or whether they're going to play. That's why I don't like it when they ask me either. I'm happy, I'm enjoying myself at Atletico. Don't ask me about my future anymore. Jason, to me, reading between the lines, reading as Neo would read through the Matrix, I think Antoine Griezmann seems a little unsettled.
I think he seems unsettled with the media constantly asking him the same questions. Now, he has now been put into a category that includes the likes of Ronaldo, Messi, and Gareth Bale, as he was quoting with those three names. No, calm down, people. Antoine Griezmann is not as good as Lionel Messi. But when you finish in a voting categorically for Best Player of the Year in the Ballon d'Or and about the upcoming, the one that got separated, Best Player in Europe or the Best Player in the World award, whatever they're calling it at this point, and you're finishing in the top 5, then yes, you become part of that company. You become part of the rumors and the transfer windows. I'm confused because the media does ask Ronaldo and Messi on a daily, maybe hourly basis. Hey, you guys, Ronaldo, you going back to Manchester United now that Zlatan's there? Which would be an ex-Barcelona player. So Messi played with Zlatan at one point. Maybe Messi, Zlatan, Bale, and Ronaldo will go to Tottenham because Bale played at Tottenham. And throw Modric in there too.
What a great
and
team.
Dele Alli.
What a great team. I think you're right in a certain...
they're all going to
certain
play
parts of it, they're all going to play in Tottenham. Ronaldo and Messi are often, I think that they have been asked so much so. Ronaldo just signed a new contract. Messi's release clause is the same price of a small country or a large country. So people are just assuming that, they're not going to go anywhere. But here's the difference between those two. They're at teams that I think they can reach their full potential at and already have. I don't think Antoine Griezmann is at a team where he can reach his full potential. And that's not to discredit Atletico Madrid. The guy fell in 2 consecutive finals to one of the people he's quoting. Cristiano Ronaldo fell in the Euros and fell in the Champions League. Do I think Antoine Griezmann could still win fantastic silverware at Atletico Madrid? Yes, but is his chances perhaps going to get better if he was to move to one of those bigger teams that are still reaching, that are adding the silverware to their seasons? Yes, I think so, but it's all down to him. I think that it's natural that people are going to ask him these questions. To me, the way he reacted to it is that maybe he's pondering these questions on his own, and he doesn't. Like anyone who's faced with a question you have internally, you react in a negative fashion. Like if someone comes up to you and goes like that, are you thinking of wearing a turtleneck today? Why are you asking me if I'm going to wear a turtleneck today? I'm going to wear a turtleneck today. I want to wear a turtleneck today. All right? You're not going to ask Ronaldo if he's going to wear a turtleneck.
I don't think these problems have to do with the turtleneck, Francis.
Yeah, I just like to reference it.
I think
But this is not the only movement or question surrounding some sort of movement that's happened. Julian Draxler has left Wolfsburg after a short term there. He made the big move from Schalke to Wolfsburg, which was one that I questioned a little bit. I thought he was going to go to a Dortmund or a Bayern Munich, But he went to Wolfsburg, had some success, caused Real Madrid a hell of a lot of problems when they played them last year. And now he's moved again in January, which is a transfer window that you don't expect such big names to move. There are some needle in the haystacks like Luis Suarez who makes the move in that window. But Julian Draxler going to PSG, that's a big move.
With if we go to element number 4 with a number that doesn't even fit on the shirt.
Interesting.
2021.
Wow.
He signed a contract through 2021. That's the point of the number. It just looks funny.
Imagine he was. A number 2021. No, it just doesn't even roll off the tongue.
Who's the best 2021 in the world? I'm gonna have to go with Julian Draxler. I think he's the only one. So yeah, I thought that was like one of the bigger transfer moves to really happen. There's a lot of loans that happen on like January 1st.
Yeah, that happens.
Tevez moved from Boca Juniors to China, by the way.
Interesting.
Which I thought I think that's actually very newsworthy, because if we're really going to be talking about how the fact that Tevez went to Boca Juniors and left, this is a player who could still play on a top club in the Premier League, La Liga, and make a difference. But he went back to Boca Juniors because he missed home.
Yeah, he's a home
and now he's going pretty much as far away from home as you possibly can.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a little bit interesting, and it's not being covered too much. But back to the Draxler case, I thought he was going to go to a Dortmund or a Bayern Munich. I didn't think he was going to leave Bundesliga. But in this case, in PSG, do you think he's a good fit for PSG, an immediate impact player?
I think he's a great player.
Take some time?
I think if you get him and Angel Di Maria on the wings in form, that's a devastating front line to try and compete with. Cavani is in good form. Do we expect him to continue it in the Champions League? We'll see in the latter stages. I'm not going to rip him apart until he does miss a 5-yard opportunity. But Julian Draxler is a game changer. He's 23. He's been around for years, and people often think, he's never really made that move to really hit his potential. He's still got several years to play to reach that potential. I thought initially from Schalke it would have been a good fit at Borussia Dortmund. I think he would fit into that counter-attacking football that is devastating to their opponents, playing with the likes of Royce and Aubameyang. But he made a move that he thought was best for him. This is the first time he's stepped outside of Germany. He's moved now to France, where a team like PSG are looking to make those strides and be the bigger team. And they're definitely toying with that idea. They've had big name players there. They had Zlatan. They've got Cavani. They've got Di Maria. They've got quality players there, but they just seem to be hitting that ceiling. Is Draxler a player that's going to push them a little bit higher? Yes, I think he can. Will they get to the level of Champions League winners? I don't know yet. I think you need to add more pieces to that. But that's an interesting move and a surprising one at that, because I didn't think he would move until later on. But another one that you mentioned to go back to really quick, China. Belgian superstar Witsel, however you pronounce it, he played with Zenit St. Petersburg. He moved to China. This is a guy who's young, who's been touted to have wanted by Juventus, Barcelona in his prime, which he hasn't even hit yet, so Barcelona soon. But he went to China at such a young age.
They're all going.
And he quote, by the way, fair play to him, he just basically came out with it in a quote and said, you know what? I was going to go to Juventus, but they made an offer I couldn't refuse.
Well, that's the thing, you have to understand, for some of these players, for one, they tend to be honest when it's life-changing money.
Yeah.
And I look at it and go, I don't know what the exact numbers were, but when China's offering Tevez 11 million, I think it was, for his transfer, coming from Boca Juniors, it's a quick payday.
Yeah.
For Witsel, it's a quick payday. So for some of these guys, they're going to go for a year and maybe come back, or they're going to enjoy their money and maybe compete in China. Like that league, if they keep stocking up. The last two really quick, Del Ali was linked to Real Madrid over the summer. However, Spurs said this morning he is not for sale.
Yeah.
We've heard this back and forth a million times with millions of different players. Pjanic linked from Arsenal, from Juventus to Arsenal.
I don't know about that.
Because of Cazorla's, was as a replacement for Cazorla.
Yeah, I just don't see it. He just moved to Juventus. He just moved to that team. It would be a good fit for Arsenal, but I just don't see it happening as well. There's some that are ridiculous, like Arturo Vidal to Chelsea. I don't think he's moving from Bayern Munich anytime. It would be a good fit.
That would be awesome.
They're all good because we can ponder the idea, but I just don't see anything as big.
To Chelsea would
Chelsea
make
become
them,
unstoppable.
I think they wouldn't lose the rest of the season. They go unbeaten the rest of the season.
Doing pretty well without him even being there at the moment.
That would be Kanté and Vidal in the midfield together.
Yeah, N'Golo Kanté, Vidal, Matic, just workhorses in there that would be terrifying.
Hunters.
They would be like Chile. They'd be like Chile. They'd hunt the ball in a devastating fashion. I would not like to play
There's
against them.
hunters, there's gatherers, there's hunter-gatherers,
And then
there's Chelsea.
And then there's combining them all and putting them up top, like Diego Costa, who, by the way, scored the most Diego Costa-like goals I mentioned in my recap again, I believe, on Saturday's game. He just bullies defenders out the way. Like, he is an animal.
Yeah,
he is an animal.
good.
So hard to play against.
Giroud's goal was all right, too, I guess.
Well, Giroud's goal. Jesus. Goal of the season?
It was all right.
I don't think you're going to argue with that.
It was all right.
Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Who is a January transfer that you would like to see move? I apologise for both of us sounding like we're talking through a tin can. Because we're dying. We're both sick. Don't make any jokes about us getting sick together. It happened on separate occasions. Jason was in Vegas. I was in LA. That's what happened. That's our story.
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine, as Griezmann would say. I'm fine. Stop asking me questions.
I'm fine.
Hit me in the comments.
You're
Hit us
fine.
in the comments. Twitter, Francis, Maxwell and Jason Rubin 91. And we'll see you guys soon. Back on TYT Sports. Back in the studio. Back in 2017. Well, not back, because we've never been here. Or have we?